Sayalee Marathe and I own Aadyaa Originals Private Limited along with my husband. Both of us are partners in the business. I'm just going to take 5 to 7 minutes to kind of walk you through my story. I am an engineer by education, a computer engineer, and followed by 11 years of career in SAP or SAP, if you've heard about it. And so to say, my business, which is a silver jewelry business, I really do not have any educational background or, no one in my family is into jewelry business. And I say this on this forum because a lot of you all might have come from different backgrounds as students. You're doing some courses here and you might end up starting a venture about something which you haven't learned. But I'm going to tell my story in a way that any professional course or any course that you do definitely helps you in building your business. I started doing my business in 2012 along with my job. I opened a Facebook page at that time. It was very novel at that point to create jewelry or create any product and start selling it on Facebook, because Facebook or Orkut at that time usually would be places where you go to just meet friends or talk to people or see their photos or see their stories or their travel stories. So I opened the Facebook page and within 2 years while I was working, we had about 2.5 lakh people on the Facebook page and it was a full-fledged business already. Then came a point where I had to decide whether I want to keep the comfortable 11-year-old SAP job that took me to almost more than 10 countries in the world by the time I was 30. So keep that job or quit that and start again from zero. I chose the next option, the second option. And I'm glad I'm here talking to you after 8 years. But it's been quite a journey. As soon as I quit my job, because I came from a technical background, the first thing I did was to open up a website. And the business started with one employee, which was me. I used to create jewelry, I used to shoot it on myself, put up the photo, sell the jewelry, pack the order, ship the order, and take a customer feedback. So all of it was done by one person. Today we are about 26 people in the organization in Aadyaa Originals Private Limited. I would actually like to walk you through the first challenge that I had doing this business. While we did a lot of exhibitions, we opened a small studio which was about 150 square feet in a garage, shifted to a 850 square feet studio on near Kamla Nehru Park, and then the current one, which is about 2-year-old, is a 4,500 square feet studio on JM Road. But in all this, I had major inhibition actually standing on a stall and selling jewelry, because I thought that I'm an engineer, I'm a SAP consultant, why should I stand on a stall and sell something to somebody? I should hire someone. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to stop telling yourself that because you've done a certain kind of education, or because you come from a certain family, or because you have a certain background, you can't do certain things, especially if you want to run a business. I think that was my first learning. I took about 8 months to 1 year time to be extremely confident to stand on my stall and say that this is what I've made and this is what I do for living, so please buy it from me. So that was the first learning. The second learning was, and the most important learning I think for any businesses now, is the social media presence. Whether you are a B2B business, a B2C business, B2C business, you need to be present on social media, and not by being present, I just don't mean that you have to post something on the social media. It has to be the story of what you're trying to do. Sometimes you might have to monetize it, commercialize it, but you have to keep talking about your business, about your product, about your service on social media every single day. That's the most important learning that I had, that we have been brought up to say that please don't talk about what you do, please don't advertise yourself. But I think running your business is all about, talking about what you do, what you sell, how you sell it. Third and most important learning of any kind of business is to not give up. because every day or every situation will throw a challenge that you have never faced, and most of the times you will feel like quitting. First few months of my business, I met a great vendor, and to again kind of personalize the story a bit, I started the first studio and I got pregnant. So actually, as someone just described, mother of Aadyaa, I actually became mother to two children. One, my own biological son, and Aadyaa too, because it happened at the same time. So I went to this vendor. He knew that I'm pregnant, and he said, "You know what? Can I give you an advice? You've not asked for it, but I'll give it to you anyway." So I said, "Yes, uncle, please go ahead and tell me." He was like, "Beta, first 3 years of raising your child and first 3 years of running your business. If what you do in those 3 years actually defines what will happen for the next few years. So in first 3 years, please don't give up whatever happens to your business." And I think that's the best advice anybody has given to a new entrepreneur, because the first 3 years of raising a child, I'm sure there are a few mothers here, and the first 3 years of running a business are exactly similar. There are teething issues, there are growth issues, and you have to really wait for results to show. So I think that was the best advice I think I got from one of the vendors. I think also the last lesson which I actually tell everyone, which also is extremely important, is your people skill. Because from the corporate background where I came from, I really lacked people skill. I felt very shy, I felt very, I had a huge resistance building a team and calling them home, because when you are an entrepreneur, even when you go to your work, you're working, you come back home, you're still working, and it's like whatever you have at work is your family. For me, that transition was extremely difficult, and I think if you're going to start something of your own, or if you already have something of your own, make sure that people at your work are as close to you as your family, because everybody in a startup is a founder, has a brain, and brings value to everything you do in your business. Like for example, if my packing guy is packing the package really well, that's the first impression that I'm giving to my customer. Even before he or she opens the jewelry, if the packaging is really well. So that guy is also equally contributing to my business. And so I think treating every person of your venture as, you know, a very important member of your venture is extremely important. And that's the lesson I wanted to share with you all. I hope I haven't kept you for long, and I just thought I'll quickly share these 5 lessons that I have here. We have our social media handles extremely active.
Thank you so much,
So,
ma'am.
if you want
Now
to
I
see
would
what
request
we
Dr.
have done
Kuber,
with this
Director,
basic
Addisun of
accessories,
ASM Group of Institute,
social media, storytelling, branding.
token of
Please go
appreciation.
follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and you can of course visit our studio if you want to discuss any of the challenges, or you know, just want to discuss your story if you're trying to build something. Thank you.
मैं बहुत अच्छा स्पीकर नहीं हूँ, ना मैंने कभी बात की है, एक्सेप्ट जब टेड वालों ने रट्टा मार के लिया था तब एक छोटा कोशिश किया था, बट एंड आई डोंट रियली हैव a lot of good stories or a lot of ज्ञान to share with all of you, but what I have are few experiences in my social life which I'm going to share. So in 2002, when I was second in University of Pune in my engineering, there was such a function and I got an award. So while giving an award, there was a general who came, and general said, "Hey guys, like you should be in Kashmir." And at that time, nobody used to talk or welcome you in Kashmir because it was not really a safe place to be in. But I thought somebody says, "यार Kashmir आ जाओ, so why don't we explore?" और मैं घर गया and I asked my mom, "Can I go to Kashmir?" And she said, "No." And as soon as your mom says no, it's obviously that at that age you want to do it and you will have to do it. So I said, "Okay, I'm going." और मैं घर में झूठ बोल के गोवा जा रहा हूँ. I went to Kashmir, and that's how my story of probably social entrepreneurship began. I'm not going to really take you through all my story, but I'm going to tell you 3 small enterprises which we have started and how we started it. And I'll stop. So first was in 2010 when Kashmir was completely into turmoil and there were around 117 guys who lost their lives. They were into stone pelting. Kashmir was really going through a very bad phase. And everybody was only talking about what is going bad, and what I thought of is I should now first go immediately and start talking to the youth. So I went to Bijbihara where I had a lot of relations, so the entire Bijbihara, it was very close to me. So I went there and I arranged a youth meeting and I said, you guys gone nuts, because if you're going on the road, you're going to get hurt by pellets or the bullets, so why not stop and do something different. And they said कि लेकिन आपको पता है भैया कुछ है नहीं करने. And then I said ठीक है कुछ नहीं है तो कुछ करते हैं और क्या कर सकते हैं. So I thought it's very simple because apples in Kashmir are famous, so are the walnuts, and if you go to Kashmir the local bakery products are pretty famous. So I just connected those three dots and came up with a concept of apple walnut cookies. And currently we run 13 bakeries with 58 ladies working all across the, or probably very near to the line of control, getting benefited from it, few stone builders into it, and the turnover of that particular, those 13 bakeries with this 55 is in some crores. So, and they don't throw stones anymore. So I just thought there are a lot of challenges or a lot of things which are talked about which are very difficult if you look from the framework which the world is showing you. But if you go there and start talking to them, you learn a lot. Second story which I'm going to tell you is from Afghanistan. So I was working and I was doing some, by the way, all these years since 2001 till now, I've been into my professional life. So I have not left my job for anything. So recently I was VP at one of the MNCs, and today I'm here because when I was in Harman or in Persistent and I, as a directors and VPs, we always talked about the entrepreneurship mindset. And if you're getting it at this age, this is really great because we feel our employees like that. And we keep arranging our programs to ensure that that kind of mindset is actually in time. So coming to Roya. So Roya called me. Roya Mehboob. Do you know Roya Mehboob? Okay, she is one of the top 100 inspirational people in world currently. So she is one of them. So Roya called me and Roya said, Sarang, there are 17 girls nearby Herat and they want to do something, but I don't know how can I assist. Can you please help? And I said, Roya, I don't know them, so can I speak to them? By the way, Roya was asked to leave Afghanistan in 2014 by Talibanis. So she had to flee and she stays in Afghanistan. So I said, let me at least speak to them. And then I spoke to them. And after speaking to them, I thought it's, what I can do is something which should be online. I cannot really go there and do something because there's a lot of different aspects which were coming into picture. So I arranged a bulletproof bus for them to travel from their villages to Herat. After the college gets over at 3 o'clock, these girls would be coming in. They would be, then we will lock the door, they would be inside and we start teaching them. And we taught them web development, and in 7 months we started the first IT company in Afghanistan, which is currently running, and we got the gold medal in robotics in US last year. So, so pretty simple stuff. We were just sharing some web development, but the daring was from those girls. And the last thing which I'm going to tell you, or last story, is from the Bodo insurgents. Have you heard of Manas Reserve Forest? So, okay. I think, okay, so Manas Reserve Forest is one of the, it's in Assam, and it's affected by a lot of insurgency, and there's continuous movement from Bhutan, and there's a lot of Bodo insurgents. So I got a call from 8 Maratha of army. By the way, the thing which I'm wearing, I'm not sure if you know it, but this is called as commendation card. Commendation card is given to usually an army guy, so I'm the only civilian to get it for the work which I've done in Jammu Kashmir and Assam. So, So I went, 8 Maratha called me and said, ki, Sarang, few Bodos wants to surrender and they don't trust us, so why don't you go and meet them and talk to them? And I said, I'm not going because I know Jammu Kashmir ke terrorists are pretty okay because there are different aspects to them. I can speak to them. Bodos, I cannot speak to them. I don't know their language. I don't really know what they want. So it's very risky. And they said, but they have suggested your name, so you have to go. So I had to go, and so when I interacted with them, they said, we want to surrender, but nobody accepts us. So as soon as we are back in the society, nobody is going to accept us. Either वो हमें कहेंगे कि आपने धोखा किया, या फिर वो कहेंगे कि इनसे बच के रहो तो कोई हमें जॉब भी नहीं देगा. तो हम वापस आके क्या करेंगे समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. And we have heard about it, so we wanted you to come. So I said, आप तो आ जाओगे, लेकिन is your organization ready to leave you? Because if they don't, they'll kill you as well as me. So I don't want to risk my life. So unless and until you guarantee me he is ready to let go you, then I can think of some ideas. So they said, why don't you speak to Ishnu? Ishnu was the leader. So I went and spoke to Ishnu, and Ishnu agreed. And I got those 20 insurgents. और फिर मैंने सोचा कि इनको मैं क्या दे सकता हूँ, तो सबसे आसान था. This guy is used to cross Manas forest continuously to Bhutan. और वो आते जाते थे. So they knew the forest inside out. So for me it was very easy solution कि अगर मैं इनको ठीक से अंग्रेजी बोलना सिखा दूँ, and if I start giving them or teach them something which is scientific names of the plants, how to exactly be a guide in reserve forest, they can be, I can get them into mainstream. So we started a small organization in Assam, and currently 20 of my ex-Bodo insurgents are working as local guides in Manas Reserve Forest. 5 of them, nobody agreed कि उनको वापस भेजना चाहिए. तो उनके साथ क्या करे ऐसा था, तो we came up with Tamul plates. Tamul plates is जब पत्रा वाले अपन देखो. So we started training them into it, and 5 of them are currently preparing and manufacturing Tamul plates. And again, it's in profit currently, and they all are back to normal, back in mainstream. So what do I want to tell you is, A, just enjoy. Second, don't think much, don't read much. I'm sorry in college saying that, but if I have read about Kashmir in 2002, I wouldn't have stepped in Kashmir. So I think you should go start working and then start reading to ensure that you find the right path for you. So that's what I have been doing all this 22 years, and I still do it, and we still enjoy it. You are all welcome to Ladakh, to Jammu Kashmir, or to Northeast. There are a lot of problems there, and we together can solve them for sure. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Shilratna Shilwant, and CEO Addisun Life Sciences Private Limited, and ex-alumni of ASM. Yeah. और मैं आपका ही कॉलेज का एक स्टूडेंट हूँ, so that gives me more energy, right? Like we belongs to you, we belongs to all of you, right? Coming back to my story, like the story started from London when I went for my post-graduation. The thought came in my mind because of my friend. He wanted to go for the further studies. I was not good at the studies earlier. I was just like a happy-go-lucky guy. I used to enjoy a lot. Got a good family background, so I used to enjoy. So one of my friend came and he says like, "Dude, I'm going to London for my post-graduation. Would you like to join?" I said like, "Yes, why not?" I went to my father and I asked my father like, "Dad, I want to go to London for studies," and he laughed at me. Like, "Dude, are you crazy? Like, are you able to speak English?" And that's what like, I don't know, but I want to go. And that was my thought, like I want to go to London. Not for studies, for enjoyment, but the thought came into my mind. And then probably I done every processes and I've been through the visa process, everything done. I went to London. Few of my friends were there with me. और वो सारे दोस्त लोग थे वो पार्ट टाइम जॉब करते थे. And I used to sit alone at the home, like getting bored. सब काम पे जा रहे, जॉब कर रहे, they are doing studies as well at the same time. And I used to sit at the home and watching sunrise and sunsets all together at the home. So the thought came in my mind कि चलो काम करते हैं, अपन भी कुछ कर लेते हैं. तो वहाँ पे एक मेरा दोस्त था जो पहले से गया था, स्वप्निल उसका नाम था. तो आई गेव अ कॉल स्वप्निल, बोला डूड हाय हाउ आर यू, हाउ थिंग्स आर लंडन. He said like I'm doing great. I said like dude I want to do a job, and he laughed at me because he knew, because I haven't from such a family background that I cannot work, right? So he laughed at me for a half a minute, like dude stop, let me laugh at you. And he started laughing at me for a half a minute, and then I was pretty angry on him, like dude seriously I want to do a job. And then he said like okay, give me a thought, like there is a restaurant, Indian restaurant called Chawla's, and you can go there, give them my reference and she will hire you. I thought like it's easy, right? But when I was there in London, it was a recession time. वहाँ पे कोई जॉब नहीं था तभी जॉब के लिए बहुत पंगे थे, मतलब you have to do lot of माथापोड़ी to get the job. And he just said like you go to Chawla and give my reference कि स्वप्निल ने भेजा और तेरे को हायर कर लेंगे. So जॉब जाना है तो फिर I get like 3-piece suit, tie वाई सब मस्त पॉलिश जूते चकाचक एकदम, और फिर मैं चला गया इंटरव्यू के लिए. एंड मैं जहाँ पे रहता था वहाँ से वो कुछ आई गेस हाफ एन आवर दूरी पे था ट्रेन से, और मैं चला गया ढूंढते तभी मैप सिर्फ आईफोन्स में आने के, इतना महंगा मोबाइल नहीं था तो मैप्स व्यूज का कोई चक्कर नहीं था, तो ढूंढते जाना था. तो मैं ढूंढते गया, आई फाइंड अ बिल्डिंग written on Chawla's restaurant. I went inside, or a lady standing out there for 5 feet height, dark, doll, and very aggressive woman I've seen. And then I scared. I asked her like, can I see Chawla? So she looked at me and she said like she was doing something on the computer, and she didn't look at me that time. She said, I'm Chawla, go ahead. Ma'am, I need a job. That was my first line was. And she looked at me like toe to head and twice, and she said like I don't have any job for you. So I thought like she refused to me giving her a job. So I thought like let's give it another try, because we are from a marketing guy, we cannot leave things as easy. I gave another try. Ma'am, I got a reference. Swapnil said like I'll give you give me the job. She said who's Swapnil? And then I got कि भाई तेरा गेम हो गया है, स्वप्निल कोई रेफरेंस नहीं है और तू लटक गया है. But that was a thought like कि मुझे I don't wanted to give up. So मैंने उनको बोला कि मैम give me one chance, I can do anything, I'm in need of job, मुझे बहुत ज़रूरत है, मैं यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ रहा हूँ, by the time मेरे expenses है. So she got angry on me and she said like why do you come to some other countries if you can't आपकी खर्चे आप खुद नहीं उठा पा रहे हो तो क्यों आते हो इतनी दूर. I was like ये तो इन्होंने चाटा मार दिया. मैं बोला कि मैम I don't know like that, I wanted to study some higher education, so I wanted to come. And by the time I don't know the expenses, कितना खर्चा होता है क्या होता है मुझे नहीं पता था. तो अभी मेरा जितना पैसा आया था बैंक बैलेंस वो खत्म हो गया, and I wanted to work. तो थोड़ा बहुत मैंने चांद तारे बेच दिए थे उनको तब तक क्योंकि हम मार्केटिंग के लिए तो हम चांद तारे तो बेचते ही हैं. तो मैंने बोला ये कर दूंगा वो कर दूंगा, मुझे एक चांस दो. So she said like I have got a one job for you which is into the kitchen. So उनका पूरा लाइन खत्म भी नहीं हुआ था, मैं बोला हाँ चलेगा मुझे चाहिए, because I was in thought कि मुझे लेके ही जाना है जॉब. फिर she said like remove your coat and come in backyard. तो वो वहाँ पे एक थोड़ा बैकयार्ड टाइप कुछ बनाया था, वहाँ पे लेके गए, मुझे एप्रन पहना है. तो मेरे दिमाग में फिर सोचना चालू हो गया कि आज मेरे साथ क्या होने वाला है. तो आई केम इनसाइड। उसके पहले ये था कि जब मैं बोल रहा था कि मुझे जॉब चाहिए, तो उसने एक मेरे को पूछ लिया कि कब से करेगा। तो मैं बोला जब आप बोलो। तो वो बोले कि अरे वाह, ये जब आप बोलो मतलब ये बहुत ही बोल बच्चन दिख रहा है, ये मेरे से जॉब लेके ही रहेगा। तो उसने मेरे को ट्राई करने के लिए बोला अभी करेगा, तो मैंने हाँ बोल दिया। जब उसने बोला अभी करेगा, मैंने हाँ बोल दिया, तो फिर बोली कि चल मेरे साथ अंदर। तो फिर मैं आई गॉट पिस्ड कि मेरे वापस मेरे साथ गेम हो गया है, अभी मुझे काम करना पड़ेगा। तो मैं अंदर चला गया। अंदर चला जाने के बाद में देयर वाज अ स्मॉल सिंक, ऐसा छोटा सा सिंक था वहाँ पे, और कुछ डर्टी यूटेंसिल्स थे, प्लेट्स थी वगैरह। तो उसने एक डेमो दिया मेरे को कि वो प्लेट्स कैसे साफ करते हैं। तो देयर वाज अ डिश वॉशर, एक प्लेट थी, प्रोसेस पूरा एसओपी था। ये प्लेट उठाना है, ये जो स्टफ है बीन में डालना है, फिर सोप लगाना है, डिश वॉशर में रखना है, और फिर उसको वापस क्लीन करके आपको एक हॉट प्लेट में रखना है। तो मैं बोला बस इतना ही है, कर लूँगा। तो कुछ 10-12 प्लेट्स पड़े हुए थे, एंड आई स्टार्टेड क्लीनिंग दैट प्लेट्स। और परफॉर्मेंस का चक्कर था क्योंकि मुझे जॉब चाहिए था, तो आई डिड इट वेरी वेल, लाइक क्लीनिंग फास्ट एकदम किया, रुक गया ऐसा एकदम थाट में कि मेरा तो हो गया। फिर चावला रेस्टोरेंट से वापस किचन में आई। शी सेड लाइक डूड व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? वेल आई फिनिश्ड इट। शी सेड लाइक हैव यू डन? बोला हाँ। बोले अरे वाह यार शील, तू तो बहुत स्पीडी है, चल अभी दूसरी साइड। शी टिक तो साइड, वहाँ पे इतना बड़ा सिंक था, बड़े बड़े बर्तन, वो जो ग्रेवी वाले होते हैं ना वैसे वाले बर्तन। बोली तब तक के लिए वहाँ पे जब तक प्लेट नहीं भरती है तुझे ये साफ करने। एंड देन आई गॉट स्कैर्ड लाइक डूड, ये तो मेरे साथ तीसरी बार गेम हो गया है और अभी तो लूटने वाला है इधर। मैं बोला कि चलो ठीक है, अभी एक दिन का तो सवाल है, अगर बोल दिया है तो कर लेंगे। मैंने कभी जिंदगी में ग्लास उठा के पानी नहीं पिया था, मेरे को इतना बड़ा बर्तन धोने को दिया, मेरे आंखों में आंसू आ गए दैट टाइम। लाइक मुझे पता भी नहीं हो घिसना कैसे क्या है। तो उसके एक बर्तन के अंदर दूसरा, दूसरे के अंदर तीसरा, तीसरे के अंदर चौथा, ऐसे बहुत सारे बर्तन। फिर मैंने उसको अलग अलग उठा के पूरा ऐसे फर्श पे लगा दिया, और मैं ऐसा देखते रहा कि करना क्या है। तो एक बड़ा वाला मैंने लिया पहले, एंड देन वो स्क्रबर वीबर कुछ था, स्क्रबर ले लिया मैंने, और मैंने स्क्रब करना चालू किया, निकल नहीं रहा था, ग्रेवी वाला बर्तन था। फिर पीछे से हेड शेफ आया, उसने मेरे से सर पे मारा, बोला तू पागल है, तेरे बाप ने किया था ऐसे बर्तन? और फिर मेरे आंखों से आंसू निकल गए। मैं बोला यार ये क्या हो गया मेरे साथ। फिर दूसरा एक शेफ था, पाकिस्तानी था वो, उसने आया, बोला बेटा ऐसा नहीं करते, उसको सोक करो, थोड़ा सा लिक्विड डाल दो, वो जब तक बनेगा वो एक हाथ मारोगे निकल जाएगा। फिर मैं तब तक वो कर रहा था, चावला फिर से अंदर किचन रेस्टोरेंट से किचन में आई। स्टार्टेड शाउटिंग, क्या क्या दिया है, इतना सारा बर्तन इधर, समझता नहीं है तुझे ये वो। Then I said like मैम I'll do it, I'll बोली कि पहले उधर बहुत प्लेट्स पड़े, पहले वो क्लीन कर फिर इधर आ। So I started doing, I think मैं कुछ 6 बजे काम चालू किया था, मुझे पता नहीं चला 11 कब बजे मैं इधर से उधर कर रहा था। 11 बजे जब रेस्टोरेंट ठंडा हो गया, चावला वापस अंदर आई, और चावला ऐसे भी मूड गिनते आ गई। तो बोली शेफ का नाम शंकु, बोले शंकु आज अच्छा धंधा हो गया नहीं? तो शंकु भी कुछ हाँ मैम ये शील का अच्छा है, अपने को अच्छा लगा है। फिर मेरे को बोली शील तो कहाँ रहता है? मेरा नाम मैं न्यू हेवन में रहता हूँ। बोली न्यू हेवन? उसने से घड़ी की तरफ देखा, बोली कि भाग तेरी 11 बजे की लास्ट ट्रेन है। एंड देन आई रिमूव माई एप्रन, आई वेंट टू बैकयार्ड, आई मेरा कोट वगैरह पहन लिया मैंने। तो भागते भागते उसने कुछ पैसे हाथ में दे दिए, मैंने जो गिने भी नहीं, मैंने ऐसे जेब में रखे, एंड आई स्टार्टेड रनिंग from Chawlas to train station. Train station when I enter into train station, मैंने देखा कि एक ट्रेन जा रही है, और मुझे क्लिक हो गया कि ये अपनी ट्रेन अपनी ही रहेगी है। तो मैं अंदर गया, देखा तो मेरा ट्रेन था, लास्ट ट्रेन था, और वो चला गया था। तो मेरा मोबाइल स्विच ऑफ हो गया था, नो बैटरीज, किसी को मैं बुला नहीं सकता था, बोल नहीं सकता था, और कुछ 2 डिग्री का टेम्परेचर चल रहा था, और सिर्फ कोट पे था मैंने बाकी कुछ पहना नहीं था। फिर वहाँ पे हीटर रूम्स होते थे रेलवे स्टेशन पे, मैंने हीटर रूम पे बैठा मैं, और हीटर रूम पे बैठने में मैं सोचने लगा कि अब मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, ट्रेन तो चली गई। उतने में एक जेंट्स और एक लेडीज पुलिस ऑफिसर आ गए अंदर आ गए, बोले कि वेयर आर यू हीडिंग टू? आई सेड लाइक आई वांट टू गो टू न्यू हेवन, एंड शी सेड लाइक दिस लास्ट ट्रेन जस्ट पास बाय and you can have a taxi, go upstairs, get a taxi and go home. सो आई सेड लाइक ओके, मैं बोला ब्रिटिश पुलिस है, पंगे नहीं लेते, चलो शॉक भी देते थे सुना था हमने, बट मैं बोला चलो पंगे नहीं लेंगे. When I went to upstairs, there was a 4-5 taxi guys were there. ठीक ठाक टैक्सी वाला देख के मैं उसके पास गया, मैं बोला कि मुझे यहाँ से ल्यूइस से न्यू हेवन जाने का है, कितना कॉस्ट पड़ेगा. सो ही सेड लाइक कि, तो उसने कुछ तभी टॉम टॉम बोल के सिस्टम था, यू जस्ट हैव टू टेल द पिन कोड एंड द डोर नंबर. So I said like BN99 he said and the door number is 4. So he said I don't know, that was the already calculations was there, like he said like 25 pounds. And then I came back a step, I checked the money Chawla gave me was a 25 pound only. And I was so heavy, like कि मैंने जो 5 घंटे की मेहनत की है और वो 5 घंटे की मेहनत मेरे को 5 मिनट की जर्नी के लिए वेस्ट होने वाली. 25 pound was my ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट एंड आई वाज सो हैवी, लाइक मुझे नहीं करना है क्योंकि मैंने इतनी घीसी थी बर्तन आई सेड तो आई डोंट वांटेड टू स्पेंड. सो मैंने वो जेब में वापस रख दिया. फिर दूसरे टैक्सी वाले के पास गया, मैं बोला चलो ये भी इससे भी ट्राई कर लेते. तो उसने सेम प्रोसेस किया, पिन कोड पूछा, डोर नंबर पूछा, 25 पाउंड आया. तो मैं समझ गया कि सारा प्रोसेस से 25 पाउंड देनी है. तो फिर मैं बोला कि अब ये तो मैं देने वाला हूँ नहीं, मुझे तो देना नहीं, इतनी मेहनत करके मैंने कमाए. देन आई केम बैक टू द ट्रेन स्टेशन अगेन, बट फॉर द हीटिंग रूम्स थे वो बंद कर दिए थे, लॉक कर दिए थे, और ट्रेन स्टेशन पे कोई नहीं था, मैं अकेला था. तो डीम लाइट कहाँ पे चल रही थी, वहाँ पे एक बेंच था, मैं बैठा वहाँ पे ऐसा पूरी ठंडी, यू कैन इमेजिन लाइक 1-2 का रात में तो माइनस में चला जाता था. तो मैं वहाँ पे कम से कम 1-1.5 घंटा बैठा इसी ठंडी में. फिर देन मेरे को वो सारे चांद तारे सब याद आने लगे कि मेरा तो पूरा गेम हो गया करके. देन वो लेडी पुलिस ऑफिसर फिर आई और तभी थोड़ा सा अंधेरा था, टॉर्च लेके आई, मेरे मुंह पे टॉर्च मारी. आई स्टिल सिटिंग हियर, आई वाज लाइक कि तो फिर मैं अपना इमोशनल स्टोरीज पे आ गया. मैम बोला मैं इंडिया, आई एम फ्रॉम इंडिया, आई केम फॉर द स्टडीज, आई हैवंट गॉट इनफ मनी, सो आई केम टू वर्क अ पार्ट टाइम. I got 25 pounds and then taxi guy is asking me 25 pounds and I don't want to spend on my traveling and expenses. So she said like where are you from? I said like from India. From where? I said अभी पुणे तो उनको पता नहीं था, तो I said Bombay. They I have been to Bombay, come with me. तो मुझे लगा अभी आज के रात जेल में. So she took me along with her and then there was उसका कुछ केबिन टाइप्स था, तो उसमें वो मेरे को बातें करते करते लेके गई और मेरे को उसके ग्रैंडफादर कुछ इंडिया में थे, ब्रिटिश आर्मी में. तो शी हैव बीन टू द इंडिया, ताज देखा है उन्होंने, मुंबई देखा है. तो फिर मुझे भी पता चला कि इंटरेक्शन के मूड में है, तो मैं भी छोटी मोटी इंग्लिश में मैंने बहुत तारीफ कर दी ब्रिटिशों की. मतलब आपके वजह से हमको रेलवे मिली, पोस्ट मिला, ये मिला, वो मिला, जितना अपने वो थोड़ा बहुत सीखे हम पढ़े थे. फिर ऐसे बातों बातों में उसने मेरे को कॉफी वीफी भी पिलाई. सुबह के 4 बज गए. 4 बजने के बाद में फिर उसने मेरे को बताया कि अभी तेरी मॉर्निंग वाली फर्स्ट ट्रेन आएगी, टिकट निकाल, घर जा और वापस मेरे को रात में ऐसे ट्रेन स्टेशन पे तो बैठा हुआ नहीं दिखना होता है, अदरवाइज आई पुट यू इनटू द बस. मैं बोला कि ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच कि आपने मेरे लिए इतना किया. मैंने फिर वहाँ से टिकट निकाला वेंडिंग मशीन से, मैं ट्रेन में चढ़ा कुछ सुबह के. फिर मैं जहाँ पे उतरना था 5 बजे का टाइम हो गया था, मैं उतरा वहाँ से उतरने के बाद वहाँ से मेरा घर था 10 मिनट्स की दूरी पे. और वहाँ पे कुछ फॉक्स होते हैं ना छोटे छोटे, उनके कुछ झुंड घूमते थे जो अटैक करते थे लोगों पे, हम न्यूज़ में पढ़ते थे वहाँ पे. और मेरा लक इतना अच्छा था उस दिन पे, पता नहीं क्यों भगवान मेहरबान था मेरे पे. व्हेन आई वॉक डाउन टू द स्ट्रीट, 20-25 फॉक्स का झुंड चल रहा था और एक पेड़ और एक खंबा उसके बीच में मैं ऐसा खड़ा रह गया डर के कि अगर कहीं वो मेरे को देख के मेरे पे अटैक ना करे. एंड देन आई स्टॉप लाइक दिस, लाइक आई वाज वाचिंग देम फ्रॉम द कॉर्नर्स कि वो गए नहीं गए. एक 10-15 मिनट का टाइम हो गया, फिर वो दोनों मेन रोड क्रॉस करके चले गए. जैसे वो चले गए, आई वेंट बैक टू माय रूम. मैंने फिर मैगी बनाई, खाई. तब तक कुछ 7 वाला 6:30 बज गए थे, मैं सो गया. वो जो 2 घंटे थे ना लाइफ के मेरे, जो मैं सोया, they were the peaceful nights of my entire life. I got realize of 2 things that time, कि importance of money and importance of time. और अपार्ट फ्रॉम लाइक यहाँ पे तुम्हारा पॉलिटिकल बैकग्राउंड है, तुम्हारा सोशल नाम है, यहाँ पे तुम कितने भी अच्छे फैमिली से बिलोंग्स क्यों ना करो, फिर भी कभी भी किसी काम के लिए आपको कोई काम छोड़ना नहीं होता है। अगर मैं यहाँ पे नाउ आई एम CEO ऑफ अ कंपनी, दैट टाइम आई वाज अ डायरेक्टर ऑफ अशोक ग्रुप, बैंकर्स था मैं, मतलब जब मैं लंदन गया था तब मेरे पास ऑलरेडी 2-3 कंपनियाँ थी जहाँ पे मैं डायरेक्टर्स वगैरह था। मेरा तभी अगर मैं सोचता था कि मैं अगर मेरे पीछे इतना नाम है, मैंने ये सब किया है, अगर मैं बर्तन मांजूंगा तो शायद मैं आज यहाँ पे स्टेज पे नहीं होता था। तो मॉरल ऑफ द स्टोरी इज लाइक यू डोंट हैव टू गिव अप फॉर एनीथिंग, वैल्यू योर मनी, वैल्यू योर टाइम, क्योंकि क्या होता है अपन राइट एज में अगर आपको राइट डायरेक्शन मिल गई ना तो आपकी लैंडिंग राइट जगह पे होगी। अगर यहाँ से 10 डिग्री का भी अगर आपका स्विच हो गया ना तो लैंडिंग गलत जगह पे होने वाली है। सो मेक श्योर कि ये जो वक्त आपको मिल रहा है, ये जो गाइडेंस आपको मिल रहा है, इतने सारे लोग आपके लिए जो कुछ भी बातें आपको बोल रहे हैं समेट के लेके चलो, ये लड्डू ना आगे कहीं ना कहीं काम पे आने वाले हैं। जाते जाते 2 पंक्तियां मैं कहना चाहूँगा हरिवंश राय बच्चन जी की। जब तक ना सफल हो तुम नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम, जब तक ना सफल हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम, संघर्ष का मैदान छोड़ के मत भागो तुम, कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती। थैंक यू सो मच।
Hi everyone, this is Soumendu Kuber, Managing Director of Saket Advertising. How to start? Basically, I'm a bit too frightened to be on the stage. So stage पे रहे मेरे को बचपन से। This is again thanks to Nimil and the entire team who has invited me, and I'm in front of you all. So to begin with, I run this advertising company who is into advertising, marketing, celebrity management. But my journey started from my 12th because I'm a 12th fail guy. And I'm not ashamed about it because for me that was a good career to begin with. So I started my career in 2001 when I flunked my 12th. I started my career by doing hotel management for 2 years, and then my dad had this advertising company which he was running from 1983. So I joined literally as an office boy of the organization. I used to get paid at 2,500 rupees as my monthly salary by my dad, and my career started in 2001 when I used to spend almost like 50,000 when I was a spoiled brat. And then अचानक से डैड ने बोला 2,500 है तेरा सैलरी, तेरे को जो इसमें करने का है वो कर ले. So for me the value of money started from my early ages at 2001. So since then again 2001 में advertising was not much picking up in the country, but yeah, it was just there. So we decided to do something innovative, and then where we decided to get into celebrity management. So again, celebrity management is like working with best of the celebrities for which you get paid for. So fortunately, everyone is crazy about celebrities, where I'm not at all. Like we see the dark side of their life also, but you get a chance to work with likes of Dhoni's and Priyanka Chopra's and Kajva. So for me, the main part of my career was getting into innovations and stuff. So for me, the 5 Ds that have really worked for me in my life are dream, dare, determination, discipline, and deliver. So these are the 5 Ds which I have been working on since my childhood. So we are also into movie productions. We recently produced a couple of movies, and right now we are in talks with Ranveer Singh for a couple of movies also. So I don't know, I'm not going to take much of your time. 10 minutes is actually a bit too much for me to tell, because again, as I told you, I'm not used to talking on the stage. But for me, the turning points of my life are definitely what I would like to tell in some sequences, and I'll just give one message to everyone. So yeah, as I said, celebrity management was one of the innovative things, and I got connected to this guy called Shankar Mahadev. Shankar Asan is one of the biggest bands who is there, and I'm now fortunate to be a partners with them. So we are doing a lot of their events also. So for me, the innovations and daring thing has worked the most. Apart from that, Again, advertising is something what innovations you can come up with. So in today's world, when everyone is on Instagram and everything, I'm the person who is least bothered about what social media is saying, because if you are much on social media, you don't know what is happening in the real world. You are always seeing what is happening in virtual world, and unfortunately, people are getting attracted to that virtual thing. And वो FOMO जो बोलते हैं ना, लेकिन वो कैसे लाइफ जी रहा है, वो मैं कैसे लाइफ जी रहा हूँ. I just want to be away from it. I'm not a brand person at all. We create brands. We don't create our own brand as such. So in my career path, I'll just give you a few examples of what we have done. We have worked right from Vidyapalan to Dhoni to recently we are in talks with Anita for one of the campaigns. So again, as I said, like, it's a great field to work in. You get paid for getting best of the works done. So if you have recently seen the Byju's campaign, if anyone has seen recently of Messi that has happened 3 days back after winning the semi-finals, the campaign that what Messi thing has been done, it is something fabulous. This is what exactly honestly I keep on telling people, what innovations you do and what is that happens on that day. I always tell my mom, basically my mom was a branch manager at Bank of Marathe. So I used to say, 30 years you have been doing the same old thing, how do you do the same thing again and again? For me, when I go to office, I have got no idea what is going to come, what challenges are going to be there, what client is going to say today. As Nimil had shared some video also. So sometimes we also don't know whether we are an advertising agency or we are a recovery agent, because we have to literally chase for our payments also. But that is what the fun is all about. If you are going to be on your toes, you want to achieve every day something new, and that is what we do every day. So for me and Nimil, again, advertising is going to be something which is challenging. Every day you meet new clients, new people, and you build your own network. तुम कितना भी तुम्हारा वर्चुअल मीडिया पे तुम्हारा खुद का एक ऑरा बनाओ कि कैसा भी लाइफस्टाइल बना, at the end of the day everything is going to come down is to what you do on that day and how you build your own relations in the market. For me, my journey right from Shankar Morning to Vidyapalan, even if I've worked with them 10-15 years back, my relations still stay that much that even if today if I call them, they will be happy to get the things done. So for me, I always say virtual world में तो आप सब रहते ही रहोगे, but virtual world से ज़्यादा खुद का एक network बनाओ, खुद का एक lifestyle बनाओ where people will come to you for you as a person. It's not what brands you are wearing, what kind of clothes you are wearing, what kind of car you are moving in. एक टाइम पे मेरे पास मेरे खुद की बाइक लेने के लिए भी पैसा नहीं था, and I today drive my own luxury cars, but I still feel that 2,500 rupees that my dad gave me as a salary, it made me realize what is the value of money. So मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ दिखावे पे पैसा मत खर्च करो, खुद के ऊपर खर्च करो यार. खर्च करना है तो सोच समझ के खर्च करो. In today's world, many people say you're from advertising background, you don't drink, you don't smoke. But I'm loving that lifestyle also, and there can be life, or there can be social network without doing that. And I really feel proud when I go to any of the parties or any of the events. I am the first person who will be moving out of that party at 10 p.m. because that's my cutoff time for any of the events that I do. So again, advertising is all about glamorization, fake people around you. So you need to really see who are the real people in your life and who are the real people in your life. So unfortunately, in the real world, I am completely out of the real world, and I love to make real connections with people. And I'll tell each and every one of you, wherever you go, just be yourself, be true to yourself. I think self-love and whatever jobs you do or whatever work you do, I think that is something what is going to make you as a person going forward. And that is what it is about. And advertising is, though it is very glamorous, I really feel just make your own connections, own thing, and work in limited period of time, and never keep the hunger low. Just be hungry for getting more and more, achieving more and more. Have best of the people in your life, and have only people who are going to be really there with you when you need them the most. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Prakash from Khetibuddy. It's a good chance, opportunity to discuss my journey with you. Actually, farmers community and farmer relation and working with farmer, it's a challenge and it's an opportunity to work with to as Shende sir says कि एग्रीकल्चर जैसे कि COP27 में कुछ नहीं हुआ, COP27 में कुछ नहीं हुआ, जो करना था लोगों को जो डिस्कशन हुआ सेम समथिंग एज फेल्यूर समथिंग एज सक्सेस. बट एग्रीकल्चर एक ऐसा इंडस्ट्री है कि इसमें हम बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ कर सकते हैं. एवरी जैसे कि अक्षय सर से ब्रेकडाउन इन एग्रीकल्चर देयर आर एवरीवेयर एवरी फार्मर हैज ब्रेकडाउन, every crop has breakdown. So to tackle with agriculture problem, technology will help that much at the angle. As Droneacharya team says that some imagery can help. At our Khetibuddy, we have started to work with climate change, climate mitigation, and farmers' acceptance to get to cater their services through our technology platform. When I was in Kolhapur, like during my graduation, I have completed graduate from College of Agriculture, Kolhapur. That time such climate change, यार listen, काहीतरी होतंय क्लायमेट चेंज मध्ये काहीतरी होणार आहे असं आपण त्याला ऐकत होतो. पण आज 2022 मध्ये काय होतंय हे कळायला लागले. म्हणजे इतके 30-40 वर्ष around 30 to 40 years have spent by us to get the proper resolution for the climate change. Everybody knows photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Carbon utilization, absorption of carbon is photosynthesis. Is it right? So agriculture industry have lot of scope to absorb carbon dioxide from atmosphere and stored in the soil. That is soil carbon sequestration. So in agriculture, some peoples with the new technologies, NDY technologies, there is a problem. There is a plant nutrition problems are too much. That is plant nutrition problem is there is a less absorption of carbon dioxide. That less absorption of carbon dioxide leads to improper growth of plants. Improper growth of plant means yield loss. Yield loss means carbon sequestration नहीं हुआ. So this such type of technologies in agriculture can be useful for sequestration the carbon dioxide and save the climate change with the help of our farmers. We have at Khetibuddy platform, we have around 1 lakh farmers we are gathering through our platform, our Khetibuddy application. We are giving them news, we are giving them daily climate data, we are giving them advisories for crop plant management, crop management. We are giving them advisories through if they are giving us any required data to analyze the farmer, analyze the crop situation. Our team advise them in proper way to handle their crop issues and get rid of that issues. So when I was started career to agriculture industries, when I was started with my company that Droneacharya Agro Limited in 2002, after just MSc pass out, then there is a lot of problems, lot of plant nutrition deficiencies are there. So harvesting properly, to harvest in potential yield, there is a need of plant required nutrition properly. So proper plant nutrition, then there are only chemicals. We thought only chemicals are the solution. But today that the solution are not working well. Only chemical fertilizers, only chemical pesticides, only chemical fungicides will not solve the issues. In grape, the farmers are spraying around 50 to 60 sprays are given by farmer, but there is a less chances of properly getting the proper yield, expected yield. Even that 60 sprays, what are the solution? Then regenerative farming, that which is helpful to farmer to handle the such queries, such issues through our platform. So regenerative farming, साऱ्या मुलांनी साऱ्या मुलींनी आपण जर त्या हिशोबाने प्लॅन केला की आपलं करिअर पाथ फार्मिंग रिलेटेड ठेवलं. आता मी 20 वर्षापासून या फील्डमध्ये काम करतोय. 2002 पासून मी माझं करिअर सुरुवात केलं. परंतु हे करत असताना शेतकऱ्यांसोबत काय केलं पाहिजे की जेणेकरून आपलं जे नॉलेज आहे, नॉलेज शेअरिंग आणि नॉलेज प्रॉपरली फार्मरपर्यंत पोहोचवणं ही देखील कला आहे. आणि ही कला लोकांपर्यंत पोहोचवण्यासाठी आज टेक्नॉलॉजी लीड घेत आहे. वेगवेगळे सॉफ्टवेअर, वेगवेगळे प्लॅटफॉर्म आज आपल्याकडे उपलब्ध आहेत. सो विथ दिस प्लॅटफॉर्म वी कॅन हेल्प द फार्मर इन प्रॉपर वे. सो I would like to request all students to get involved in the such platform for farmers. Agriculture is a lot of scope. Land is the limit. Sky is the limit. We have spoken. Sky is the limit. But in agriculture, land is the limit. Every acre counts. Every acre yields. Every acre sequesters. So I would like to get involved to students, to get involved, youth get involved in agriculture. Agriculture फक्त शेती करायची नाही की आपण लगेच नांगारी घेऊन जायचं नाही. शेतीमध्ये या म्हणजे नांगारी घेऊन जाणे नव्हे. फार्मरला काय पाहिजे की फार्मरला ज्या गोष्टी माहीत नाहीत त्या गोष्टी जर आपण त्यांना माहीत करून दिला तर आपल्या विन सिच्युएशन होईल की आपण त्यांना काहीतरी देत आहोत, त्यांच्याकडून काहीतरी घेत आहोत. आज पुण्यामध्ये भरपूर इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया आहेत. तशा ॲग्रिकल्चर कंपन्या पण आहेत, सॉफ्टवेअर कंपन्या पण आहेत. यामार्फत आपण फार्मरपर्यंत खूप काही पोहोचू शकतोय. आणि ॲग्रिकल्चर इज द ओनली फील्ड रिमेनिंग फॉर इंडस्ट्री 5.0, इंडस्ट्री 0.0, नेट 0. सो I would like to invite all students to get in agriculture for solving the problems of farmers as well as solving the problems of climate. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone hear me? First of all, thank you for inviting me over here for the Entrepreneur Summit and Award 2022. Really delighted to be over here and seeing very experienced and very young audience all together. Since they have asked me to share a little story about the journey, I would like to start. I would like to first introduce myself. I am President and CEO of Futurism Technologies. We are an advanced information technology company. We are working in the space of AI, ML, blockchain, IoT, big data, analytics. We've been in the business for the last 18 years, and we have offices across the world, including US, UK, Australia, Singapore, Dubai, India. We are around 800 people in the company, and we do revenue of around more than 800 crores a year. So when I was very young in my 12th, when I went to my college, actually, my father called me one day. My father was a lawyer and he was having his law firm in Chinchwad. So he called me and he said, "Son, now you are no more wearing a half pant, you are wearing a full pant. So you are in college now. So you have to come to my office and work in my office. You have to live in my home." Right? So that was like a order from the headquarters. Right? So I had no option, but I had to kind of go to his office once my college was over, and I spent almost my 11th and 12th working in his office, and in his office there was a typewriter, and he used to give me work to type letters. And I used to really get bored typing these letters in the 11th standard after college. So I told him, how about having a computer so that you don't have to type these letters again and again, and you can just change the name and the date and you can print it again and again. He said, it's wonderful. So he just got me a 1,25,000 rupees computer, and all I wanted to play games. He's sitting in the office. I was 11. Right? So, but when I was watching his whole office, it really got my interest in the business, the processes and things like that. And I was also doing my graduation in computers that time, so I knew few languages such as Visual Basic, Foxtrot and things like that. So I automated my father's complete business, right? So it was all manual, and I completely automated in the 11th standard, 12th standard, and that really got my interest into computers, right? Further, the business was very black and white, and I really like colorful life, so I somehow got my sisters into my father's business, and I quit, and I started office for software and hardware. So I was in my first standard, and that was my entrepreneurship journey begins. I started my office, and my father had a lot of customers, and I used to go to them and I used to sell them hardware, and I used to sell them software, and I used to make good money in college, maybe 3-4 lakh rupees a month. So that was a good money for at disposal. So I started my office, and then I was working on a project to create local search engine. Right? That time Google was there, but Google, when you search on Google, you always used to get information which is very far. Right? Maybe a machine from Japan, maybe a toy from some other country. So I wanted to create something local. So I was earning all this money in my first year, second year, third year, and I was investing into this local Google. We used to call that time Adelphi. The name of the company is Adelphi. So we created this application. It was very nice, and a lot of concepts we included in that. First year, second year, third year, I used to sit in the office and program and do the college part time and do the programming. And then I had so my habit was, I always made friends with boys of my age, right? Someone who is a CEO of some company, like a VP of some company, and I used to kind of stay in touch with them, and they used to like what I was doing, and they used to say, once this is ready, come to us and we do finance. Right? I was very happy that I already have secured investors. So when this was ready, and I really went to people, and it was like 2001, and maybe the market was bad at that time, and people backed out, and I did not secure investments, right? And then my exams was there, so I cleared my exams, and because I did not got the funding, I was into heavy loans. Okay, I was graduate, and I had heavy loans to pay because we invested a lot of money in this project. So what to do? There was heavy loans to pay, so I decided to kind of make some money, and I thought it's good to make some money in dollars, right? So I went to Singapore. I was 21 years old, and I met a woman who wanted to develop she was a CEO of a recruitment company, and she wanted to develop an application like Monster or Naukri, right? And she told me, what do you want to do this? I said, give me electricity and internet, I have my computer and I will complete it. And single-handedly, I completed the portal in 3 months, and she paid me $24,000 for that. And then it was a good money. I didn't expect that much money. And I started Futurism in 2003 in Singapore. And then we grew up to other countries like Australia, USA, India, and we have around 800 people, as I said to you. Then once the company was successful, we had a lot of people. And it was totally a services company. 10 years ago, we started to diversify ourselves in products, right? Because in tech industry, there is services, and then there are products, and there are platforms. The platform sits on top of the food chain, and then the product company and the service company. So as you know, Apple is a $2 trillion company, maybe having 100,000 people. Google is again a $1 trillion corporation having 200,000 people. Infosys is having 200,000. people, but it's just 15 billion or 20 billion dollars. So a lot of people, but low revenue. So we decided to get into products. We got into products, and now we are into platforms. So we just launched a platform couple of years ago, 4 years ago, whereby, which is a software marketplace. We also launched Addisun, which is in competition, something like Amazon, B2B and a B2C marketplace. You know, growing up, I realized I was very fascinated with information and the technology, since a lot of time has been spent on that. One question always came in mind, and I would like to ask that question to you, right? Maybe the students, you know, if you can answer that question. You know, I can say this is a physical thing. I can say this is a physical thing, right? I am physical. But let me ask you a question. There, you have a lot of information in your phone, the photos, the videos, you know, the emails. This is all information, digital information. Is that digital information in your phone is a physical thing or a non-physical thing? How many people think it is a physical thing? Can you raise your hand? How many people think digital data is a non-physical thing? Can you raise your hand? So I believe a lot of people are saying information is a non-physical thing. So my next question is, if it's a non-physical thing, then why do you buy storage? Why do you buy storage? You know, Apple phone, the 5 and 2 and 256. 5 and 2 is 20,000 more expensive, right? Just for the space. So this was a flash that information is physical. Okay, and is the next new thing, and we really need to work on it. Okay, another example I wanted to do is, I say information is physical. I just proved to you, you know, because we buy storage, it is stored in a physical form somewhere, either on your phone or on cloud or on someone's hard disk, for which we have to pay. So information is physical thing. Second thing I want to tell you, that energy follows information. Okay, energy follows information. So let's say I tell you, can you just move whatever is next to you? Let's say you have a phone. Can you just move the phone to your right or back to your right? I just want some movement. Just move things. Just keep it at the other side. Just keep your bag over there. Just keep things over there. Thank you. Now my question to you is, who moved the things? Okay, who moved the phone? Who moved the bag? Who moved the tie? Who moved the things? Of course, your answer will be, I moved it, but that's wrong answer. I moved it. Right? I moved it. Sitting over here, I asked you to do it and you did it. So this was the energy and this was the information, and energy follows the information. Right? Think about Kuber. Okay, the driver is sitting in his car. Okay, and he gets information. Pick drop, pick drop, pick drop. All over the world there is pick drop going on, where the energy is sitting there, don't know what to do. Some guy created the information, and now all the energy is following this guy's information. Right? The same example is for Amazon. The same example is for Ola. Whatever you take today, the companies who has created information schema, of any domain, whether it's hotel information schema or whether it's a food and beverages information schema or cab information schema. If you see, those companies are ruling the market today. Information schema, information is physical, and energy is following the information. So one day I was sitting in Seattle looking at the skyline, and I said, I was having this service company. We were doing a lot of AI and blockchain for a lot of companies, and I was sitting over there and I saw, once nice building Amazon, nice building Microsoft, nice building Expedia. I want everyone to be client of Futurism. I want to deliver my services to them. Right? Then one thought came in my mind. I said, let's say Amazon signs a contract with me for 1,000 people, and I deliver a beautiful AI for them. And after 1 year or 2 years, when the project is over, they're going to fire my 1,000 people. What I'm going to do with that? Right? It's a big problem. So the thought came in my mind that whoever I want to be my customer, I am already their customer. I am customer of Amazon, I am customer of Expedia, I am customer of Facebook, I am customer of Google. Right? But am I customer of Infosys? Am I customer of Wipro? This is services company. The customer belongs to this company. The market belongs to this company. The market does not belong to the companies who are doing services. They might get fired anytime once the project is done. The market, so we decided to launch platforms where we can have end users, our customers, right, and that can give valuation to the company. So we are working on Badgujar right now. Badgujar is a B2B, B2C, B2B commerce platform. How it is different than other platforms is that when someone signs up as a seller, we give him a complete digital ecosystem. Primarily, we were a tech company. We created a platform. Diginize is the name of the platform. The platform is being used by thousands of customers across the globe. It's an e-commerce, ERP, back office, POS, mobility, analytics, AI app, and we wanted to give this technology to all the retailers, wholesalers, distributors. You know, there is a free version, like you watch YouTube or you use Gmail, it's free version, and there is a premium version. So we wanted to enable the ONDC, something new is coming, the rupee is getting digital, right? There are new things coming in the market. So we are working with Addisun on that, you know. So, you know, my philosophy is, you know, if you go to someone and say, give me the money, he's not going to give you the money, right? Even if he has a lot of money. But if you go to him and ask him, tell me your problems, everyone has a lot of problems, right? Even they have lot of money, they have a lot of problems. So then you tell them, okay, I have a solution for your problem. Then he say, okay, how much money, right? So my thing is, you know, everyone is unique, everyone is different, right? You don't have to follow someone else. You really have to do a self-analysis of yourself and see what is that very unique into you, because you got that something unique, very unique into you. You know, if you, when I wanted to hire someone and I wanted to, if my company mission is to climb a tree, I will not hire a horse. You know, I may hire a squirrel, right? Sir is laughing. You know, sir called me and said, asked me about, I'm ASM alumni. I have done my masters in computers, masters in computer management from ASM in distinction, right? And I was not having masters because I was a very young entrepreneur, started very early. He guided me, and 2015 I completed my masters, and I feel good when I put the masters in front of my profile. He also got me into Harvard, and I dropped out. But I am definitely going to complete it. So find your talent, like it's your fingerprint. Everyone is unique, right? क्योंकि वो लात मारता है इसलिए आपको लात नहीं मारनी, आप उड़ सकते तो आप उड़ो, ठीक है? One thing. So once you know your talent, you work on that. Then you think that I am very special. What I can do, no one can do, right? And then you solve people's problems, because there are a lot of problems. You make a lot of money, right? Can you predict the future? I always think on things like that. Can you predict the future? No, you can't predict the future. But yes, you can predict the future. Okay, you want to eat something today. Today dinner you want to eat. You on Swiggy app, you have thousands of dishes. You add Zomato app, you have thousands of dishes, right? You go outside, this road there are thousands of restaurants. That road there are thousands of restaurants. You can eat whatever you want, Chinese, Italian, Japanese. Whatever you choose will become your reality, will become your past. So infinite possibilities exist any given moment of a time. What you choose becomes your reality, and that becomes the past. So you can change the past, you can change the future. You have to do your analytics, find your talent, find something like what problems my talent can solve, right? Be passionate about it. You know, I don't like working. I like playing. So I always chose the job, you know, where I think when I am working, I am playing. You know, if you are going to a job and if you're thinking that, you know, it's a punishment, you know, I think that's not a very good life. Because, you know, every time you're looking at watch, when will I go home? When will the break come? You're not going to be successful in that, because you first of all is not doing what you are not loving. So find your love. People, लोगों को बोलना चाहिए, you know, get up now, right? It's lunchtime. And you say, oh really, it's lunchtime? Oh, it looks like lunchtime. Can you bring my food over here? When I started the business, first 3 years, I used to eat on the desk and sleep under the desk. Right? That was a dedication and devotion. Because I was very passionate. Someone has to come and tell me like, do this, do that. So find your love, and your work should be a romance. Like how when you are romancing, you don't look at time. So when you are working, you should not look at time. Right? And thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you, Sandeep sir. And thank you all the senior professors over here. Proud to be over here. Cheers.
गेले 2 ते 3 तास आपण ह्या हॉलमध्ये बसलेले आहोत. ह्या हॉलमध्ये मी एक विशिष्ट गोष्ट अनुभवतोय, ती म्हणजे खूप जास्त प्रकाश. हा प्रकाश कोणता आहे तर हा प्रकाश या सर्व एंटरप्रेन्योर्सच्या त्यांच्या स्वतःच्या खऱ्या पोटेन्शियलचा वापर करून निर्माण झालेला प्रकाश. आणि हा प्रकाश ह्या लख्ख प्रकाशासमोर मी माझा आंतरिक प्रकाश जोडण्याचा प्रयत्न करतोय, हा केवळ वेळा प्रयत्न करतोय. आणि याचं कारण म्हणजे काय की मी किंवा आम्ही हे बिलीव्ह करतो की ह्या पृथ्वीवरती जन्माला आलेला प्रत्येक माणूस काहीतरी युनिक पोटेन्शियल जन्माला आलेला आहे. आणि जर तो त्या पोटेन्शियलला धरून जर त्याने कार्य केलं, पॅशनेटली कार्य केलं, तर तो नक्कीच असा प्रकाश होऊ शकतो किंवा चमकू शकतो, त्याच्या सर्वांगाने भरभराट होऊ शकते. नमस्कार, मी शैलेश बडगुजर, फाउंडर आणि क्रिएटिव्ह इंजिनियर ॲट काजवा. Previously I was a software engineer. So for Kajva, so here, तर जो माणूस आपल्या शक्तीने जे वस्तू बनवतो किंवा सेवा बनवतोय, ही वस्तू दोघांना आनंद देते, जो करतो त्याला आणि जो वापरतो त्याला सुद्धा. ह्याची आपण काही उदाहरणं बघूया की जसं ऍपलचा आयफोन आहे, किंवा तळेबंदूची भाकरवडी आहे, किंवा आपण बघतो की बार्बिक्यू नेशनचा फूड क्वालिटी आणि सर्व्हिस आहे. ह्या तिन्ही गोष्टी आपल्याला खूप जास्त आनंद, प्लेजर आणि आपलं आयुष्य सुखकारक करतात. सिमिलरली ही गोष्ट जी गोष्ट बनवतायत, त्याने बनवतायत, भाकरवडी असेल किंवा आयफोन असेल, ह्या कारागिरांना किंवा ह्या सर्वांना आतून आनंद देत आहेत. सोबतच त्यांना हे आर्थिक स्टॅबिलिटी सुद्धा देत आहेत. म्हणजेच काय, जी गोष्ट आपण आपल्या आतील पोटेन्शियली तयार करतो, ती सर्वांना आनंदित करते आणि सर्वांचं आयुष्य उजळवते. पण हे जे आपण बघतोय, हे आत्ताच्या लाईफस्टाईल मध्ये रिअली इम्प्लिमेंट करायला अवघड जाते. काही जसं काही एक्झाम्पल्स आहेत की कारागीर आहेत किंवा काही क्राफ्ट्समन आहेत त्या भारतामध्ये, किंवा जे आपल्या मानवी स्किल असतील किंवा पोटेन्शियल असतील, त्यांनी काही रिअली असं काहीतरी छान कार्य करत आहेत, काही वस्तू बनवत आहेत. फॉर एक्झाम्पल की जसं हे तुम्ही बघू शकता की लाकडं खेळणं आहे, हे का सुंदर लाकडाचं आहे, हे आपण सांगितल्याशिवाय समजत नाही. त्याचे जे सुंदर रंग आहेत ते सर्व लाकडीचे रंग आहेत. तर हे सर्व ज्या गोष्टी जे बनवत आहेत, ते ह्या वस्तू ते छान किंवा पॅशनेटली बनवत आहेत, पण ते योग्य ग्राहकांपर्यंत न पोहोचल्यामुळे त्याची विक्री कमी होते, किंवा त्याच्यामध्ये टेक्नॉलॉजीचा आपण आता झालेलं नाही, त्यामुळे त्याची विक्री कमी होते. त्यामुळे काय होतं की ही जी गोष्ट आहे की ज्यामध्ये मानवी सहभाग जास्त आहे, पण ह्या गोष्टींची विक्री किंवा ही व्यवस्था निर्माण होण्याची बाकी आहे, त्यामुळे हे लोक हे काम सोडतायत. जसं भारतामध्ये जवळपास 70 लाख कारागीर आहेत. आणि जसं एक आपण गाव बघू, चेन्नापट्टा नावाचं. चेन्नापट्टा ह्या गावामध्ये जवळपास 2015 साली 6,000 कारागीर काम करत होते लाकडी खेळण्यांवरती. हे खेळणी बनवत आहेत, पण आता गेल्या वर्षीचा जर डेटा बघितला तर जवळपास अर्ध्या लोकांनी याचं काम बंद केलेलं आहे. हे काम बंद करण्याचं कारण म्हणजे काय, तर ह्या वस्तू शहरापर्यंत किंवा योग्य ग्राहकापर्यंत पोहोचत नाही. किंवा दुसरं कारण असं होतं की ह्या वस्तू मार्केटच्या ज्या प्राइसेस आहेत, ज्या मशीन निर्मित वस्तू आहेत, त्यांच्या किमतीने मॅच करत नाहीये. या दोन गोष्टींमुळे या सर्वांचे आपण जे बघूया की आर्थिक अडचण आलेली आहे, त्यामुळे सर्वच गोष्टीवर त्याचा परिणाम झालेला आहे. सो म्हणून ते इतर त्यांच्या आवडीचं काम सोडून इतर कामं करायला लागलेले आहेत. आणि यातनं मग परत आहेच की बाकीचे त्यांची जी भरभराट ती याच्यावर थांबते आहे. सो म्हणूनच काजवा हे असं स्वप्न बघतंय की ज्यामध्ये जो कोणी व्यक्ती आपल्या इनर पोटेन्शियलने काम करू इच्छितो, त्या प्रत्येक व्यक्तीची सर्वांगीण भरभराट होणार आहे. आणि म्हणूनच आम्ही जो गॅप आहे यामधला की जे कोणी ह्या पोटेन्शियल किंवा पॅशनेटली गोष्टी करतायत ह्या वस्तू जर आपण योग्य ग्राहकांना पोहोचवल्या तर हा एक प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह होऊ शकतो. किंवा यामध्ये जर रिक्वायर्ड आपण टेक्नॉलॉजी ऍड केली आणि ज्या ज्या गोष्टी आपण डिजिटली जे आपण क्रांती म्हणतोय ही क्रांती जर ह्या गोष्टीने ऍड झाली तर नक्कीच ह्या सर्वांना याचा फायदा होऊ शकतो. म्हणूनच आम्ही काजवा मार्फत एक मागच्या 2 वर्षापूर्वी पासून एक छोट्या प्रोजेक्टवर काम सुरू केलं, ज्याच्यामध्ये लाकडी खेळण्यांचा आम्ही सेक्शन घेतला होता, ज्यामध्ये आम्ही आतापर्यंत जवळपास 21 कारागीर आणि काही आर्टिजन्स युनिट्स आहेत यांना आम्ही जोडले गेलो आहोत. आणि यांना हे झालं मागच्या बाजूला. फ्रंट साईडला आम्ही जवळपास 4000 लोकांना जोडले गेलो आहोत. त्यातले बरेचसे ग्राहक आहेत जे लाकडी खेळण्यांद्वारे त्यांच्या मुलांच्या आयुष्यामध्ये क्रिएटिव्हिटी वाढवणं असेल किंवा त्यांच्या मुलांना त्यांचं स्वतःचा पॅशन फाईंड करायला मदत करतायत. तो हे जो आत्ताच्या प्रवासातनं आम्हाला हे समजते की हे गरजेचं आहे. कारण का तर हे दोघांना मदत करते की कारागिरांना किंवा क्राफ्ट्समनला त्यांचं आयुष्य बरोबर ठेवायला मदत करते आणि सोबत जो वापरतोय त्यालाही त्याच्या आयुष्यामध्ये प्रकाश निर्माण करण्यासाठी मदत करते. म्हणूनच आता आम्ही पुढचं प्लॅन करतो की ह्याप्रमाणे जे इतर सेक्शन्स आहेत कारागिरीचे त्यांना टार्गेट करणं, म्हणजे त्यांना आपण यामध्ये इन्क्लूड करणं, सोबतच नवीन किंवा आपल्या शहरात जे ह्या वस्तूचे ग्राहक म्हणा किंवा कंझ्युमर म्हणा पसरलेले आहेत त्यांना जोडणं आणि सोबतच ह्या नवीन जीवनशैलीला लागणाऱ्या गोष्टी त्या गोष्टी काय काय आहेत किंवा त्याप्रमाणे ज्या गोष्टींची आवश्यकता आहे त्या गोष्टी कारागिरांना पोहोचवणं. कारण की कारागिरांचं काम ते करणं आहे, पण त्याला आता सध्या काय आवश्यक आहे ते समजण्यासाठी तेवढा वेळ नाही. तर ही जी गोष्ट त्यांच्यापर्यंत पोहोचवणं जेणेकरून एक योग्य ते प्रोडक्ट्स आपल्याकडे बाहेर त्यांच्याकडे सुद्धा आपल्याला करून घेता येतील आणि त्यांना योग्य त्या ग्राहकांना पोहोचवता येईल आणि यातनं ही एक चांगली इकॉनॉमी बिल्ड होऊ शकते. आणि यासाठी आम्ही पुढचे 3 वर्ष आमचं आयुष्य समर्पित केलेलं आहे. सो मला तुमच्याकडून ह्यासाठी एक सहकार्य आणि आशीर्वाद आवश्यक आहे. क्रांती जेणेकरून प्रत्येकाला त्याचं आयुष्य त्याच्या आवडीप्रमाणे जगता यावं आणि सगळ्यांचं आयुष्य उजळून जावं हीच आमची इच्छा आहे. थँक्यू.
Good afternoon everyone present here. I am Mrs. Anita and my story I can say is that anything is possible. A girl when she was in her childhood always dreamt of going or traveling by school bus to her school. But she couldn't tell her father that she wants to travel by school bus because she knew that her father cannot afford to send her by school bus. So she did her schooling all by her walk till 10th standard, 5 to 6 kilometers walk. And then college on cycle. And that's me. And when I was in my college, I always dreamt of to become a government servant. So when I started preparing for my exams, I gave a lot of exams during my college times, and we were 6 siblings, and my father was the only one earning member. So after my graduation, I thought it's not only studies, I have to help my father. So then I joined a private company, Thermax, as a secretary. And this I could do because I had done my shorthand and typing during my college time. And exams were going on. When I joined my company and seeing all these office people and the higher authorities, I thought of doing something in accounts. So when I was in Thermax, I was doing my cost accountant from Aadyaa College in the evenings. And 2 semesters I completed, and after the exams which I had given during my college time, the results had come after I joined my Thermax, and that was in Mumbai Customs. So I left my ICWA and I joined Mumbai Customs. And when I joined Mumbai Customs, I joined at assistant level. But when I joined Customs, when I saw at airport the preventive officers, those ladies with nice cap, flap, white saris, I dreamt of becoming a preventive officer there. And I started preparing my exams for that. I said now I'm a government servant, so I'll get a relaxation of age of 35 years. I started preparing for that. And then I was doing Mumbai-Pune up-down by Siagat Express. But then now age was becoming, we were 6 of us, and father had a tension of getting me married. So I got married. The boy was from Pune, my husband Raju Latamle. He was working with Alfa Laval. And the thing that happened that I got a job opportunity with Century Enka, the Birla Group of Company, as a secretary. So then I left my customs and I joined my Mumbai Customs. The Century Enka Group. And then I served Century Enka for 11 years. And then while I was in Century Enka, I joined as a secretary. But then there also I thought I should not remain to this post. So then I joined personal department. Then my authorities, every time somebody is observing you. So the boss had observed, he said, do you want to take up a welfare officer's job? I said, yes, why not? But he said, then there is a hindrance. You have to either complete an MSW degree or you have to do MPM. I said, I will go in for MPM because MSW was a full-time course which I really couldn't afford it. So I went in for MPM, and MPM I did from Naralkar Institute, and my company had sponsored for it. And 11 years I served in Century Enka, and my father-in-law was a driver with Alfa Laval company. So my husband always felt that he should do something for him on his retirement. So he started a small business. He took a sumo for him, and since he was a driver, he always thought, in fact we both of us thought, that he has been at the driving seat. So we should give him an opportunity to sit at the back seat. So he took sumo for him, and then my husband said we should start something, some different thing for him. So then we approached schools. There was a DAV school in Aun, and then husband said, let's start a school transportation. And I was working with Century Enka. He was with Alfa Laval, and we really didn't know. We started this for father-in-law. Then we took a leave for 1 month. I took PL, he took PL, and we got the business also. We never had our vehicles of our own. We took somebody else's buses and showed to the school. We have these buses, and we can run the show. And we got the contract also of the school. The first day we had to get 650 kids of DAV public school in Aun, and we really had no experience of it. And how to do, we were preparing for the routes and all. Raju and myself, we were thinking, then we used to go on the two-wheeler. Each and every address we gave it to the courier fellow. We said courier fellow is of no use because he used to just take the addresses, but we used to not get the feedback of it. So each and every address we studied, and then we got into it. First day we got the kids into the buses. See, all drivers were there, attendants were there, and we never knew how to send them back. Because we bought them in all the different routes we bought them, but we never knew how to send them back. 2 o'clock the departure took place. Somehow the children have gone. But my last child had that day gone at night in the 10 o'clock. And the parents said, "Abhi police complaint karunga, police mein leke jaunga." We were also getting scared. The whole night we sat, what to do. The second day that idea came, we took the satin ribbons. The different satin ribbons, 6 routes were there, and different 6 route satin ribbons were there. We gave it to all the attendants, and you put it tight up to the bags also, to their hands also. And second day, all the children, as per the color ribbons, they had gone into the right buses. And this was how we did it. But then we said, this is not my father-in-law's, he will not able to manage it. And it so happened that he met with an accident, and then I said, I'll take it over. I took it over, and up to 75 vehicles I could manage it. I did it. My children, I'm blessed with 2 kids, one my daughter and my son. Daughter has done a hotel management. I said, now she is in 10th, I need to devote time for her. So Raju, now you please leave your job and join me. So he joined me, and from 75 vehicles, now today we are transporting 10,000 students all over Pune and attached to 18 schools in Pune, and having around 209 buses of our own. And in 2019, we got the national award from Union Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari ji for the best school bus operators, the Pravas Excellence Award. And so I just would like to tell this young generation that anything can happen. So dream about the best, what you are into, which zone you have fallen into. So whichever zone I have fallen into, I tried to do uniqueness and I tried to give my best into that. And this transportation was, I always thought there are no ladies in this transportation business, so I should take it over, and I gave my best. And there are always hurdles. It cannot be so easy, but the satisfaction when you get, when you achieve it, is awesome. So this is my story, and I would like to thank ASM and Akshay sir to getting us connected to ASM. So thank you and all the best to you all. So anything, just believe in yourself and you can do miracles. You need not have your technical background. I am not an engineer. I never had a technical background, but I have done my half greasing. I have also driven a Mazda, that is a 34-seater vehicle. Brought the route, brought my kids into the school. So just believe anything can happen in your life and you can do it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for calling me. We have all the students here. Cheers to you all. Thank you so much, Sandeep sir, for calling me here. And in front of all the achievers here. My story is not that interesting, जितनी आपकी है. आज बहुत सारा motivation मुझे भी मिला है आप सबसे. I hope I am able to contribute something to your all. So, my story, as the topic is my story. It started from ASM IBM 2011-13 batch. I was the second or third batch, I guess, from this campus. IBMR was my campus 11-13 batch. From all the MBA students here, what do you think MBA gives you? MBA आपके लिए क्या contribute करता है? Do you think a certificate, a fourth semester of course, what contributes most? In fact, मेरी life में अगर मैं अपने बारे में बात करूँ maximum, तो मेरे life में जो IBMR ने contribute किया है, वो सबसे बड़ा है exposure. I was part of a college in graduation, जहाँ पे मुझे सीखने के लिए तो काफ़ी कुछ मिला, but I was someone who could not really speak in front of many people. I was not confident enough that time. I came to MBA here, and the exposure I got, semester 1, day 1, we have been doing a little of activities. I was afraid in front of many people to talk, but I think the last day of my college, there was 100 of my friends here. I have hosted a farewell. I don't know how many parties and all these things. So that exposure was the great thing. The guidance we have got from the people, all the faculties here. So it is not about the course what you all have done. Course एक part है जो आपको of course बहुत सारी चीजें सिखा रहा है, but उसके साथ साथ जो आपको जो guidance मिलता है, जो support मिलता है. I used to have a lot of faculties and I was, I think, one of the most curious guy among everyone in my batch. सो जॉब नहीं मिलेगा तो क्या होगा, कहाँ जाएंगे तो क्या करेंगे, इसके बाद क्या होता है, तो ऑल दिस क्वेश्चन आई एम श्योर आप लोगों के भी दिमाग में आज भी होगा कि क्या करना है. इनफैक्ट राइट सम टाइम बिफोर आई मेट कपल ऑफ पीपल फ्रॉम योर बैच एंड दे वर आस्किंग, दे आर क्यूरियस कि आगे जॉब कहाँ मिलता है, कहाँ नहीं मिलता है, कैसे काम करते हैं, मैं इस चीज़ में इंटरेस्टेड हूँ, मैं इसमें नहीं हूँ. तो all these experience I'll tell you through my experience so far, how I've started here. So back in 2013, I was also part of placement cell as the exposure was amazing. So from entry and from the guy who was not able to speak in front of everyone, I used to represent college by the end of college. Placement cell, I was part of it, and we have been talking to many companies. Opportunities काफी मिले, Mahindra Finance, ICICI Securities, and पता नहीं कितने सारे, मतलब मुझे लगता है कि I had 2-3 options while moving out from the college. The batch, there was many people there in the batch who was already placed. I was confused by the end of college. In fact, मैंने कॉलेज के पहले, जब कॉलेज में इसी स्टेज पे कई बार हमने मैड एट कॉम्पिटिशन्स और बहुत सारे हमने प्रेजेंटेशंस दिए जिसमें कई बार अवार्ड मिले हैं कि हाँ यू आर गुड एट एडवर्टीजमेंट. सो पीपल हैव टोल्ड मी कि यू आर गुड एट एडवर्टीजमेंट, आपको एडवर्टीजमेंट में ट्राई करना चाहिए था. सो रिजल्टेड दैट आई मूव टू a company called Triton Communication, which was an internship through college. I was there for 3 months. It was a great company, very cool environment. There was a fridge and a beer in the office. There was celebrities coming. It was an advertisement company, so there was a lot of shoot happening. There was a celebrity come. It was a nice environment. Anyone would love to work there. I planned for 3-4 years in my college time that I would tomorrow go and do my advertisement career and look for myself in advertisement. Internship started 3 months, finished 3 महीने में समझ में आ गया कि ये मेरा काम है. I was great at presentation, but not great at job. It was very interesting. I was able to do it. In fact, that is a very interesting concept. So, what do you need in advertisement? You need to be very creative. So this Triton Communication has one concept. They used to put a fish ball in the office, in the center of office, and जिस भी concept, जैसे कि कोई product है, like I remember it was Aquaguard and couple of more brands, हिंदुस्तानी मिला के बहुत सारे products हैं. तो इन सारे products के लिए ideas डालना होता था और ideas कोई creative team सिर्फ नहीं करता था. This was done by every single person in the office, even office boys. उस fish ball में जो ideas डालता था उसको अपना नाम नहीं लिखना था, उसको अपना code लिखना था. और जब भी जो भी आइडियाज फिर वो क्रिएटिव टीम पढ़ती थी और जो आइडियाज उनको पसंद आया था तो वो आइडियाज एक्चुअली फ्लैश्ड इन द ऑफिस और उसके नाम की पार्टी चलती थी पूरे ऑफिस में. एंड पार्टी वाज लिटरली मंडे टू फ्राइडे एवरी डे. इट वाज नॉट अ सिंगल डे जिस दिन आपकी पार्टी नहीं होती. दैट काइंड ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट. इवन दे वर पेइंग वेल, बट and I've been selected thrice all of my internship, twice or thrice my ideas were picked up for picking up advertisement campaign, which was amazing. So the interest wise, the thought was correct, but I was not able to find myself whether I am great at doing this in future or not. So, like I said, I met a couple of people from your batch. They are also confused how in fact, I was more confused while ending my masters. While finishing masters, मुझे actually पता नहीं था कि मैं कहाँ जाना. जॉब 2-3 हाथ में थे. ICICI Securities, all big brands. ऐसा भी नहीं कि बहुत छोटी और कंपनीज के बारे में पता नहीं है कि क्या करना है. Finally, I have decided with the guidance of our faculties here कि हम एक जगह पे जाके जॉब शुरू नहीं करेंगे, but I wanted to try for a year. एक महीना 12 कंपनी में काम करूँगा. That was a disaster idea I had. But मैं अलग-अलग इंडस्ट्री में काम करके I'll find myself what is I am for, what I want to do. So I work for I don't know 3 jobs I have left even. I work for India Today and a couple of more brands. Something was sales, something was some other industry, some credit card, and that's the kind of entry level you get. And finally I reached to Kumar Builders. That was again a placement by so fortunately I had 3-4 placement by college. Kumar Builder, so when I entered to Kumar Builder, it was a commercial department where I had to take care of leasing from the corporates and taking care of selling the properties. That was the job. But I found my interest there. So I worked for 2 months, a month 45 days. I understand this is my segment where I want to. So I took almost 6-7 months. In fact, if I count about my studies, I took 1 year of studies and 6 months of my job. Those 18 months I have given to understand what really I want to do. The job I have joined, you will be surprised to know when I had an offer of 3.5, 4, and I don't know, the highest package I have was 6 lakhs per annum. The job I joined was 1.8 lakh. The entry level salary was 13,000. So there was job of 50,000 rupees at the other side, and there was a job of 13,000. But because the people I was with, those guides in the college, in the friend circle and other senior people, they said you first you understand what you want to do, you'll succeed in your career. Those first 2 years, so entry level was 1.8 lakhs rupees, 13,000 was the salary, but that was not my concern. My concern what I'm learning. I focused on that. I started, what to do, and then my intent, drove me better than, I had a work 9 to 6 job. So those 2 years, from 13,000 to 1 lakh, I don't know how that, reached. So people get appraisals on percentage, 20%, 30%. Because I was one of those persons who loved their job, who wanted to work for day and night and doesn't matter what was the time. It didn't, मेरे appraisals का percentage में नहीं, folds में हुआ. And ऐसी company में जहाँ पे 10-15% के ऊपर होता भी नहीं. It is not company, it is not sector, it is you who get the kind of opportunity. When I was working, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता था कि सुबह 10 बजे का टाइम है और शाम को 10 to 6 का टाइमिंग है. I used to go to office as per meeting schedule. I used to come home after finishing, whether it was 12 o'clock, it was 1 o'clock, it doesn't matter. First years of a career, if you don't see if you don't give your 100%, and those 100% should include your, efforts, your, whole soul of it, then I don't know what will happen after 3 years. Now you have to decide whether you're looking for, entire 30 or 40 years of your career, you're looking for, for what is the initial package. Identify yourself. What are you willing to do in future? Find your inner interest. Go for that. Don't find what is the package you are getting, what is the industry. And yes, you might be confused like me. Try text, and you will get a lot of lot of people here who can guide you in your college, in your friend circle, in your family. There will be people who can guide you. Understand, listen to everyone, and try and deliver what to be done. After 3-4 years of my career, 2018 I started Bitcoin. That was again another alumni, along with another alumni of our college only. Two of us have started the company in 2018. We were 5 people along, 2-3 were salaried. We were the prepaid employee of the company. Worked for 6 months, completed 6 months, and understood how the market works. Then, so the very first year and today we are 150, 4 years now, 150 in the company. The revenue and the business has grown to, I think, 100 times since we have started, and it's going amazingly. Now in our company, in fact, a couple of months before, me and Sandeep sir was talking about, having training. So problem in the industry is the kind of people we are looking for. Not you all should not be thinking कि आपको job मिलेगा कि job 100% मिलेगा. आपको job क्या चाहिए और आपको किस type के job में जाना वो आपको सोचना important है. And this is the pain point of the entire industry as of now. Even in my industry and many other people sitting here can relate to this. It is very difficult to find the good talent in the industry today. There are hundreds of jobs pending where employers are not able to find the right set of people. Problem job नहीं है, problem है people. तो आप लोगों का future बहुत bright है. If you just understand what you want to do, if you identify that, it is very easy and very great. Your future will be great. Me and Sandeep sir has been talking about a type of program where we can come together here and we can plan a program where you are trained before entering into industry. You identify, like I was a misguided, I was not aware of my interest while my education. I want you all not to go through with the same pattern. We would try to make a program where you all will be participating, you all will be identifying the kind of exposure you are looking for, what is your interest, and slowly you will be placed from there too. So that's what we are discussing for. I hope you all will look forward for it. That's all for me. Thank you so much.
My name is 𝐒𝐿𝐗 𝐄𝐧𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐬𝐫𝐞𝐧𝐭 and my journey is into the events and experiences space. So my company is operational into events and experiences. We organize
festivals, flea markets, food festivals, beer festivals, nightlife related events. I've been called here to talk about my journey, about how I started and how we reached where we are right now. So, the college played a very integral part into shaping me. When I was doing my MBA here, I was a very introvert person, not used to interact with a lot of people, but I got the right opportunities to hone my skills in the college. Any event, be it, I don't know, it's Incon or Mindscape or Insignia or any other industry engagement meeting, I wanted to be a part of that event somehow or the other, because the passion for events was always there. I got an opportunity to start or revive the festival of the college, and that actually played a good role in shaping me, in giving me that confidence which was missing to start something on my own. And that was at the fag end of my tenure as an MBA student. I just took a job for almost like 7-8 months. The fire was there to start something on my own. The companies which are coming into the college were not something that were in my domain. I had already experienced for 4-5 years working in the past, coming in doing my MBA. And events and experiences was a pretty unorganized space. Not many event companies would come and hire you. So my goal was very clear that I do not want to do anything else. This is what my domain is. This is where I have to start early, and this is what I would pursue going forward. 8 months down the line in a job, the peace was not there. The fire was always there. So I started on my own while being in the job. So that's how it started. We got some opportunity to work with some really good brands while I was still in the job. I took up that work, balancing both of them together, working Monday to Friday on my job, and then weekends we used to execute the events and campaigns for our clients. A time came when I had to take the shift, do something full time. But as events was an organized space, not really sure what I would do into. But the goal was very clear that events is something that I would want to do. An opportunity came where I had to organize a small engagement for the office, and I suggested why shouldn't we do a small flea market? And I got the opportunity, it went well. Slowly and steadily, we had 4 people asking us to do that. Time came where I had more exhibitors but less space. So we started a commercial flea market at one of the malls, got space, and that's how it started. So the problem was that when we started, a lot of people thought that this is easy money, this is something that we can also do. Let's start something of our own. So that led mushrooming of a lot of many other flea markets in the area. The challenge was how to differentiate ourselves, how to be the best in the business. So we stopped doing what we were doing there, and then we created a weekend experiences in 2014, which is now called the WhatsApp Flea. It's one of the flagship event brands among what other events that I do, and it's been like 7 years we're doing in 30 editions of the event. We've gone to other cities as well. We've created other event properties. So differentiation here was the kind of experience that we were delivering. That has to be different from the other people who are into similar spaces in the city. So I had the opportunity to travel to Bangalore, to Thailand, to Malaysia, and I discovered these concepts being organized in a very huge manner. If anybody of you been to Thailand, it's called the land of flea markets. Every corner you would find a big organized event happening every weekend. So I thought, why not do this here in Pune? So that's how it started in 2014. Okay, we'll come to the name in a bit. Okay, if it's ready, we can just play it right now. Go. elements of food, shopping, kids, alcohol, bar, everything that is needed to have a good weekend is what is the experience that we create. So WhatsApp is one addition. We do other events like the Gourmet Fest, which is out and out in food and beverage experience. We have Hakuna Matata, which is out and out a kids property. So these are the properties that we've developed over the last 4 to 5 years. Coming back to how did we started this concept. So I had, as telling you, I had the opportunity to travel to these places, understand what these guys are doing, and that was the bingo moment for me, because I wanted to do something different into the events industry, and it was always related to concerts, events, weddings as well. But this part was untouched, and nobody was doing it in India. There was one company in Bangalore who started doing that, and which also became my inspiration. And that's how WhatsApp started. 2014 started with around 80 exhibitors, very highly curated. Somebody who's doing really good products, good artists who are creating their own products. So from 80 exhibitors, now we have over 150 exhibitors, over 7-8 upcoming and emerging brands who are banks, who are participating, comedians, everything. That's how the experience of the event is. The challenges have been getting the right set of people to work with, getting consistent footfalls to the event for my exhibitors to get good business, and then standing out from the other competitors which we had then, which we also have now. COVID was a big hunch which had stopped our growth and progress, where our plan was to expand to other cities, go to 4 different cities, take the experiences to tier 2 towns. I was discussing with Tupa ma'am that this experience should go to other cities. Between these times, there are some really big players who've come into the market. You might have heard of the Swiggy stepping out. They are big in nightlife events right now. Zomato started with Zomaland. Again, the big experiences. So these are breathing at our neck right now. The experiences which are creating competition for us in the market. Anyways, coming to the point is what is my takeaways from this story. I have a 5-pointer which I would want to give it to you. Probably when, I don't know if you're looking to start a business of your own, starting a startup of your own, not sure what to do, or simply taking up a job. So it's very important to have clarity whenever you are deciding upon which direction to give to your career. The early you realize where and which domain you would want to go with, the signs of peaking or getting successful are high. Immediately after college, during college, I'm sure you would have a lot of assignments, extracurricular activities. So identify a domain, do things which gives you more clarity or get to know more about a domain. Danish just mentioned he switched a few jobs before realizing which industry is right for him. Probably 4 years after college, right? Yeah. So it's very important to have clarity what you're doing. It's okay if you can switch a few jobs to understand what is your what is to your liking. Stick to your goals. You might have distractions who might drive you away. Probably your startup or your idea is not working. A family member or some peer might be doing good in his or her job. They might think you give this up, probably you can take up a job. Don't do that. If you really believe in your dream, in your goal, it would happen. You just have to stay focused. I think I heard a previous speaker who said 3 years is something that you should give to your baby or your business for it to start. So at least have that kind of backup that you can give 3 years to your goal, or to give your business that kind of success which you are looking at. Should be an ideal time because you would complete those cycles, probably refine the way you work every year. So 3 years is definitely you should give your business goals a chance. Do things that you can build upon, which takes you closer to your goal. I'm repeating here myself, but again, don't take a small-time job just because your business is not giving you those kind of returns, is not paying you well. You might take up a job, you get distracted from your goal. So don't take up small medium jobs or anything which distracts you or which takes you away from refining your actions towards reaching your goal. Don't get bogged down by your peers. While in college, as I spoke to you about clarity, when I was in college, I had 4-5 years of experience coming into my MBA. Almost everybody had got placed, but I had not got placed. As I said, the companies which are looking for were not coming. So some other guys, some other friends of you might get placed, get good placement offers. And if you're not getting the right kind of offers, please don't get bogged down. The right offer might come to you, the right opportunity would come to you. Don't take up anything just because you want to start something. It's very important to stay focused, to stay undistracted from your peers. Get uncomfortable. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Probably 3 years after giving your business, you might say, okay यार तो हो गया, अब यार हमको हमारे इसमें से कोई हिला नहीं सकता. Yeah, you'll get a little bit comfortable, but don't make that mistake. Stay hungry, stay foolish. There's a good book by that name. Steve Jobs quoted this. It's always good to keep your mind, eyes, ears open to learn new things in life. In Maharashtra, we have the saying, "Yeda ban ke peda khana." So don't try to prove that you know everything. You might meet other entrepreneurs. You don't know what you would learn from somebody else. You won't learn from people who you are doing business with to teach you. So that is what I want to say. Chase challenges. It's again the part of not getting comfortable. Chase a new challenge. Once you scale your feet, look for another challenge. This would keep you completely on your toes. Keep the fire burning. That's about it. That's what my takeaways are from my journey so far. And I wish you all the best in whatever you pursue. Thank you. That's my time.